Hello and welcome to Irish Eyes on Wrestling, Week 8, Part 1. I'm Carl Sherlock, at Carl Sherlock on Twitter.
I'm Simon Russell, and I'm on Facebook.
There you go. You can find him on Simon Russell. We're going to start off with the news today, and then we're going to continue on and do all our TLC predictions for this Sunday's match. Starting off with the news, current confirmed dates for The Rock when he eventually returns will be January 7th, 21st, 28th, and of course the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber. There will be more dates confirmed, but
it's a lot of Rocky for January.
Yeah,
it's good. I'm excited about that.
It is good.
Still not happy that he's probably going to take the title off Punk at Royal Rumble.
Hope not. Hope not.
But I think that's what they're aiming for.
Yeah, with all those confirmed dates, it's very possible that he is.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially coming back to the Elimination Chamber, you might get to actually defend the title in a rematch against Punk before
or he'll be
WrestleMania.
Could be in the Elimination Chamber match itself, but be the last guy to enter. Just do his.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I would enjoy that quite a bit.
Maybe, you never know.
Ted DiBiase has put out feelers for acting gigs, but reportedly not interested in moving to LA, which is kind of a given if you want to become an actor.
Yeah, definitely.
DiBiase is one of the names who've been talking about leaving WWE. Word going around was that he was staying until the end of the year and then would make a decision about his future. Well, you know, it's always sad to see a second or third generation in this case wrestler and not want to keep up as you go along, but then again, he never really got the same kind of push that Cody Rhodes gets.
True, well, we all thought that he would be the future of Legacy. When he was put into that, you didn't think Cody would do anything, but Ted DiBiase was the main guy.
Yeah, certainly, it's sad to see him go by the wayside, but he did get popped at one stage.
Yeah, he did.
For wellness, didn't he?
I think so. He did make the Marine 2 as well.
He made the Marine 2, you know, usually they try to stand by their actors, like they did The Miz and Randy Orton and all the rest of it, so it's unusual. I didn't think Ted would be on his way, but
yeah, I liked him. He is talented.
I always preferred his dad. If they should have just had his dad manage him and do all his talking for him.
Yeah, that would have worked. Yeah. This Monday night is the return of the Slammy Awards. It's the first time for the first time since the awards have become a annual event that it's interactive, which means I'm not going to enjoy it. The fans, for the first time ever, gets to vote on every category. They don't decide themselves. So it means Superstar of the Year, it's a given who it's going to be.
Well, absolutely.
You know, they're not going to give it to people that deserve it. All the faces are just going to win every category.
Yeah, well, that's just the way it is. But I think the Slammy Awards are never going to top Owen Hart's fake Slammies. He used to carry around in 95, 96 Slammy Award winner.
There we go.
Yeah, I think it was much better when they were fake and you didn't actually have to vote.
I suppose. And it's the first year that the Divas aren't going to have a category in it. It's Divas aren't up for voting.
Well,
it's quite strange.
Well, what are you going to vote for them for? There's not much wrestling talent really left there. Beth Phoenix is gone. Natalia barely gets fluff matches every week. She's putting comedy bits with Hornswoggle and Callie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For shame.
This week's episode of Raw scored a 2.67, up from a 2.5 the previous week. Averaged 3.76 million viewers, where there was a 3.74 for the first, 3.88 for the second, and 3.67 for the third. Once again, I'm not entirely sure about how rating systems work on the Nielsen thing in the States. So this is good. It's an improvement. It's up for last week. Monday Night Football. I
know, but
I mean, summer is generally the time. So, like, you know, earlier summers when they get their better ratings.
They were only getting these ratings in the summer. I mean, if you look back, I know it's not the same time, but look back at the Attitude Era, they were getting 7 ratings.
7, well, yeah, I know they popped to 10 at one stage as well, but that was the Attitude Era. I mean,
it was different times,
in a long time. I mean, sure, they were getting tens of millions watching the 80s for main events as well.
True, I know.
So, bring along another boom. We need a superstar to carry it.
Please,
it's not John Cena.
Yes.
He's had his chance. Bring somebody else on.
He's 10 years of John Cena at this stage. Next thing we're going to talk about is the WWE officials have been thinking about bringing back some old mid-card talent into the fray to help boost out the mid-carders, which is desperately needed. And they've been talking about, no contact has been made yet, but Shelton Benjamin, MVP, and Cliff Domino Compton are ones that are springing to mind.
Well, I'm not so impressed by Domino, but I'd certainly love to see Shelton Benjamin and MVP back in. MVP has been making big noise in Japan.
Yes.
He's doing very well for himself over there. I haven't actually seen many of his matches. Does he still have the rest of his Power Rangers still to hide all his tattoos?
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Okay. But
I
also
loved him when he was there.
Benjamin doing his due in Ring of Honor. Obviously, keep it sharp.
Yeah.
Want to see more jumping straight onto the top rope?
Oh yeah, that's maybe bring back the world's greatest tag team. I'm not the biggest fan of Charlie Haas.
All over them. I'd be all
it
over
would be
that for a
brilliant.
second. The world's greatest tag team were immense.
They really were. I mean,
Team Angle, Jesus, Angle will never be back in WWE.
Sadly, I'd like to see one last run.
Yeah, it's such a shame because he's still doing savage work in TNA.
Oh,
but you
big
get
time.
the feeling that he's going to fall apart at any moment.
Yeah, yeah, very easily.
The Huffington Post. Oh well, very reliable news source there. It's
Yeah,
reporting
no,
that, Hulk Hogan sex tape.
Don't know why people are watching
Which
it.
leaked earlier this year and was reported by TMZ. Drew the second highest amount of traffic in 2012 for Gawker. The only news story that got more traffic was Kate Middleton topless. This is kind of a throwaway. I haven't seen it. I don't wish to see it.
I don't know why
Hulk
people
Hogan's
want to see
celebrity
it.
arse. I don't know. I suppose it's because he obviously still has some name value, and that's why TNA keep on paying him money to run their company.
Yeah, I know, but Jesus,
yeah,
why would you
not
want
for
to
me.
see Hulk Hogan?
Certainly not.
I mean,
not
Jesus.
for Simon.
No, God no. There's been a lot of talk this year, like of names like Bruno Sammartino, Mick Foley, Paul Heyman, Owen Hart, Randy Savage, and Miss Elizabeth being inducted into Hall of Fame. All of them mentioned there has to be the main people going in, though. I suspect, there has to be the main guy.
Well, yeah, somebody would have to be the main guy there, but Owen Hart will never be in the Hall of Fame because
No.
his wife still kind of
Yeah.
holds from WWE responsible. Kind of, I don't know what way you could, but they hold him, or she holds him responsible for his death.
Yeah.
Randy Savage was never going to get in while he was alive because him and Vince
Oh, the
McMahon
bad
have
blood.
some hidden beef, but Lanny Poffo says that the whole Poffo family have to go in together, as was Randy's wish. So I don't think he's going to go
I
in.
don't believe that.
Yeah,
I really don't.
But leaping Lanny Poffo, man,
He
he's
they're
not really a
Hall of Famer,
like
you know.
Killer Bees and all
Maybe
that.
in another 30 years when they when they're running out of people.
He was kind of a jobber. He was only
Yeah.
there because his brother was famous. Yeah, they were a wrestling family, but Randy, big brother Randy, was obviously
Exactly.
infinitely more famous. Who else there? Miss Elizabeth.
She will be put in eventually. It's
Yeah.
just
she's kind of an afterthought as well. You
Yeah.
know?
Foley and Heyman though I think are the big ones for this year. As it's in New York, New Jersey. This WrestleMania.
I'd say maybe Foley before a long
Yeah.
time before Heyman. I don't think McMahon, as much as he might respect Paul Heyman's contributions to
Yeah.
ECW, I don't
doesn't
think
want
McMahon
him
is
to.
going to let him in there.
Yeah,
He takes
true.
every opportunity to remind him that I won.
Yeah. And the new chant in wrestling at the moment, Walrus going at him. That's gonna.
yeah, that's going to be
It's just more stuff going
almost
on.
as good as
going on.
Cody's mustache.
Yes, I enjoy that. I have to say.
That's a superb chant. And my God,
just
his
means-
mustache is terrible.
It's very porno.
Pubescent. Very pubescent.
Yeah,
it's not full
it's-
enough to be a porno mustache.
No, not at all. WWE officials, they're still planning on doing Ryback versus Punk for the title, but obviously it won't happen on TLC, but it looks like they'll be doing it at Raw's 20th year anniversary, to give still the big match feel. But I mean,
Yeah, all
How
the
many
Raw
times can they
stuff
do
is
it?
coming together very quickly.
Oh, it is,
1,000
yeah.
episodes in July and now 20th anniversary. Jesus,
yeah.
it's any excuse for a pay-per-view on telly, but
Yeah.
would they actually pull the trigger on a title change? I don't think so. I think it's
No.
going to be The Rock, but there's going to be shenanigans. I don't
Still,
think
they
I
can't-
don't think they're ready to beat Ryback clean yet.
No, definitely
Yeah.
not. Definitely not. But, don't know what will happen there. It's just strange.
There are reports that WWE has signed former DX member Billy Gunn, aka Monty Sop,
Oh yes.
aka Kip James in TNA.
AKA so many things.
So
So many gimmicks.
Smoking Gunn. As an NXT developmental trainer. Gunn has done some work with developmental talents at NXT earlier this year, and it was reported after Raw 1000 that they were going to take him on as a trainer full time. They could do a lot worse.
Yeah, no, he's
Billy
good.
Gunn, old hand, veteran. He was very good at working a crowd.
He looked in good shape at Raw 1000 as well.
Absolutely, yeah. He's in
He
cracking
looked in
nick,
better
he's
shape than
obviously,
most.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing well for the 40 odd that he is, and I think
Yeah.
it'd be nice to move into an Al Snow kind of role. I think he could do that daddy kind of role kind of well, or
True.
else be a heel, like a beat 'em up kind of trainer.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah. Very easy to do that.
Yeah, I think he could do well for himself.
Yeah, big news coming for Alberto Del Rio. We might actually get some good promos out of him now, as WWE want to turn him face. They're they say themselves they're lacking a big Hispanic babyface now. Rey Mysterio's not around as much as he was, and he won't be around for much longer, the feeling is, and that Sin Cara just isn't ready for the main event yet.
Yeah, absolutely, but I don't know if I can take Del Rio seriously as a babyface.
Yeah, true.
I mean, he's got that kind of slick and greasy, smarmy look, and he obviously comes out in the real expensive cars. You know, the only one that come out in an expensive car and be loved was Eddie. But
yeah,
you know,
true.
he was a cheeky kind of a tweener. But
you cheat and you steal.
Cheat to win.
Yes.
But I don't think they could give that gimmick to Del Rio. So unless they come up with something really good as a face, I think he'll end up bland, or even worse as the kind of baby face they booked Sheamus as. I love Sheamus, but he's the biggest bully of a baby face.
True.
He's absolutely like it's very hard to root for him when he's doing mean things.
But in all fairness, he can't get any worse than what he's doing now, Del Rio. I mean,
no, Jesus, he loses everyone all the time. Yeah, no, there's no.
No, I mean
he loses nearly every feud.
He loses every pay-per-view, goes on to Raw, beats everybody, and loses
beats mid-carders.
Beats Zack Ryder.
Beats mid-carders. Yeah. He doesn't. They won't give him main event wins, so of course people aren't going to take him seriously.
True.
If they just let him be a badass heel and actually beat main eventers, maybe then he'd start getting over.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. He's in a rivalry, or he's in a storyline with Rosa Mendes now, going up against Khali and Hornswoggle. Yeah, just move away. Please move away from that.
Okay, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana is a front runner to host WrestleMania 30 in 2014. Boo! I want to go to that. I don't mind New Orleans, but I was really hoping for MSG. It was for 1, 10 and 20. But there's some speculation with WWE that they will make the announcement of the 2013 Elimination Chamber pay-per-view on February 17th from the New Orleans Arena, which is adjacent to the Superdome. I don't know, a decade WrestleMania, like 3 decades WrestleMania, not Madison Square Garden. Fair enough, it's in New Jersey this year, but
I know it's close. But it's WrestleMania 30.
Is wrestling. And at worst, maybe, the Sky Dome in Toronto, they had WrestleMania 6 there, that's the Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan.
Exactly.
They had WrestleMania 17 there, 2 of the most memorable pay-per-views, and in my opinion, 17, it never got any better. That was the pinnacle of wrestling.
Amazing.
Right before he bought WCW, when the competition was at its best.
Yeah.
And obviously, Rock Austin, the main event, the whole lot. They should really go back to the Sky Dome, or Rogers Centre as it is now.
Yeah, but we'll have to see. No matter what they do, WrestleMania 30 will be epic.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's going to be amazing.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Right now, it's said Dean Ambrose is the guy WWE officials want to build into a headliner once the angle with the Shield is over. At the same time, people in the company think Roman Reigns has the most potential. And there's also a feeling that Reigns isn't ready right now as far as his ring skills go compared to Ambrose and Seth Rollins. I know Ambrose is going to be the guy.
Ambrose is, he's the star. I mean, they were grooming him for a feud with Foley, obviously, before the Shield thing came up. And he was having a Twitter war with Mick and
it was brilliant.
The whole hardcore wrestling business. And it was great. And then it just kind of disappeared, which wasn't so good. But I definitely think Ambrose is going to be the breakout there. But I hope they keep them as a faction for a while and maybe even get some new members from NXT.
It's true, but
it would feel these mid-carders, I think Shelton Benjamin would be a good fit.
It could feel, though, if they bring more people into it, it could feel too much like Nexus.
Or
it's only 2 years ago. I mean,
that is true. But okay, then we keep them as maybe one more member, and then you have the classic faction of the top face, the mid carder. Actually, Diva, a good ballet would be very good. Oksana.
Bring up a developmental diva.
Yeah, brand new. Okay, I like her style.
It'd look good.
Then you could have just had a tag team and a face.
Yeah.
You don't need to have the mid card.
Exactly. No, it'd be good. Well, that's the news portion of the show, and we're just going to go through one prediction now for TLC, and we're going to do the YouTube pre-show match, which is the Santa's Little Helper #1 contender match for the Divas title. It's Cameron, Naomi, Caitlin, Layla, Natalia, Rosa Mendes, Tamina Snuka, Oksana, and Alicia Fox. I mean, I'm going to watch it.
That I couldn't pick more than 3 of those out of a lineup.
Well, Cameron and Naomi are the dancers for Brodus Clay.
right?
Yeah.
And they're in a match because why? Well, it's not
Yeah.
getting enough airtime as a Funkette now that Brodus Clay is a jobber.
Yeah, probably.
Jeez, do you remember when he was a monster when he came in?
Yeah.
He was beating everyone, and then suddenly he just became this mid card kind of.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's hard to pick. I mean, my pick was all week until I realised earlier on today I was picking Tamina to win because the way storylines are going, she's getting some face time.
Yeah.
But then I realised Eve is the champion. They're not going to do heel, especially in the Divas division.
Nope.
So that's Tamina gone for me.
Bring back up Layla. I'd love it if they gave Natalia a serious push and they actually got to have a decent wrestling match, but I don't think Eve can hold her own in that kind of match. You know,
Natalia, she is switching so many times. I don't know if she's heel or face because one week she's heel, the next she's face. Apparently she's face now, and she's doing a love story with Khali,
which I'm sure she's loving.
Oh yes, real respect for the Hart family. But I'm gonna go out and just pick Caitlyn to win again.
Okay.
Just for the reason as she's the main face diva at the moment, bar AJ, but AJ has been taken out of this match.
Yeah,
So
AJ's still in her thing with Cena, and even when she gets out of that, she probably won't be a Divas contender.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I think she'll win, but I'd like her to win, so I'll go with Natalia.
Caitlyn and Natalia, fair enough. That seems to be the main. I've been asking this question on Twitter, and those two seem like the two main picks as well. Caitlyn and Natalia to win. So that's our predictions. We'll continue the next 2 days with the rest of our predictions for the TLC pay-per-view. I'm Carl Sherlock, at Carl Sherlock on Twitter.
I'm Simon Russell. You probably find me on Facebook, but there's about 300 on it, so you'll be left waiting.
Alright, so see you tomorrow. Slán.